Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Just Your Average YouTube from the Amethyst SMP server. I'm still a bit shaken up over the whole ordeal, but as you can see, I've thrown on a cloak because our mechanical arms are the pride and joy of the Tinker Gnomes, and, you know, I can't show it off anymore. I can't show off how cool my robot arm is, and to me, that is a tragedy. But as we all know, the actual real reason why I have a cloak is simply because on Java Edition it does not support transparent skins, so it's just a poorly made optical illusion to make it look like the bottom half of the skin layer is the back of the coat. So yeah, I'm not the best skin maker, but I try. Either way, considering everything that's going on right now, the server doesn't necessarily feel like a 100% safe place. So I've got to work on creating some things. I've started working on some new armor. Over here, these were my first draft at Kevlar. Really good at deflecting projectiles, but they weren't strong against much else. So I decided on working on an upgrade, and I think, well, this is probably the best I'm going to get for quite some time. I've also made a couple other bits of armor. Let me put them on. I'll be right back. Now if you look at the armor I have a pretty decent chest plate. I mean, it's what I could make. As well, I've got a bit of additional armor on my arm, and then, of course, as for my pants, right over here, I have these ribbed breathable pants that will allow it so I can put my Kevlar right over them, and it'll be nice and comfy. But when it boils down to it, there is one other thing I'd like to address. I'm gonna run for council. So I want to run for council to protect the average person. You know, B was in charge and, you know, they messed up, apparently. They got TV Rose unjustly executed. From what I know and from what I've pieced together, Rose was executed by B for a crime they never committed. And, you know, as much as I want to forgive B and give them the benefit of the doubt, I don't know how much I trust them, especially since they just arrested Queenie. I don't think I can trust them. You know, as much as I want to believe they're doing their best to get better, I don't know if they're there yet, you know? And I believe they should have a chance to prove they're better, but they should also have a safety net in case they don't. In old Gnomish history, there were many leaders who ended up destroying the entire place because they got selfish with their greed. Only because the people banded together and got what they wanted by forming the new Gearton Union and throwing out the old leadership were we able to create the city of New Gearton and stop the tribalist mess that was the original Underground. And that's why I have to run for council, I guess, is because I can't keep letting my friends get murdered by the people in power who are supposed to be protecting us. But one thing I definitely want to do, which I think will not only help my campaign, but actually help the server, is I want to found a minigame district. We don't have one yet, and as it turns out, all this arresting and executing probably has people down in the dumps. Morale is going to be lower than ever. Much as recreational entertainment may not be as important as actual political power or organizing people, it's what I can do right now to help out. Looking to improve the quality of life by creating a minigame district so people can hang out and play and build minigames, and they can take a load off, you know? They can take a break from all the craziness and violence that surrounds them and just have a nice time, you know? And sometimes that's one of the most valuable things you can have. So let's go find a spot to make a minigame district. So this giant plains biome seems just as good of an area as any. There's also a nice river over here, and this plain biome goes for another couple hundred blocks in that direction. And I think here is exactly where I want to set up this portal, up here on this hill. Seems as though the portal is all linked up. I didn't even have to do anything. Now I need to connect the portal to the actual nether tunnel system and nether hub. That way people can navigate to this effectively and they don't have to walk all the way out here. So after a little bit of time doing a little bit of work, I've set up a makeshift pathway that we can use to Iceboat Road down. We can then use to Iceboat Road down to the minigame district if we so choose. Now we just roll on over here. We arrive. Now let's build some mini games. Take a second to breathe in that fresh minigame air of an unclaimed minigame district, ready to be laid its first mark upon when we build the first minigame. So this minigame requires a lot of TNT in order to function. As well, we're going to need some deep slate in order to actually build the machine and the entire minigame, because I want to build the room out of deep slate. So let's get building on that. So, as you can see, I've completed building most of the minigame. I still want to add in some acacia trapdoors as shutters up on the wall here in order to finish up the box and make it all fully sealed in, or maybe I'll use glass panes. I don't 100% know yet. Either one might work, but I like the orange and black and green thing we got going on here. Now, from above, it's not necessarily the prettiest looking minigame, so I might want to fix that up as well. But if we come on inside, I'll show you the general principle. First off, you're fighting on Drip Leaf with one other player, which means you've gotta constantly stay on the move. And then, the way you're going to be fighting is by placing TNT on the ceiling. When that TNT falls through, it'll go off and deal damage to people. You know, the last person standing, or, well, in the event you fall down like I just did, you lose, and you must exit through one of the side doors. So basically, the person who falls through into the water first or dies first loses, and the person who doesn't wins. As well, if you run out of TNT, you lose, but you will be given a stack at the beginning of the round, so I don't necessarily see how you could easily run out. It'd be a long game if you ran out of TNT, I'm just saying. In order to make this minigame actually playable, we need to supply gunpowder for our TNT, which there are three main ways of getting gunpowder: creepers, ghasts, and witches, and I have yet to fully decide which farm I want to build. On the one hand, a creeper farm is basic, it's easy, and I know how to build one. On the other hand, I love me a good ghast farm, and on a third hand, getting other resources from a witch farm could be really good to have. All I know is I better pick one soon. Speeches are happening really soon here, and I want to be prepared because in my speech I want to mention that I am making minigames. And if I have nothing to show for it, then people are less inclined to take it at value. Although saying it's under construction and will be ready soon, yes, I can feasibly do that, and I can make that work, right? I don't think that really draws too much away from my speech. I think it's like, hey, I'm gonna be doing this thing, thank you. But I think it adds even more credibility if I say, hey, I've already done this thing. Those are the qualities I want to preach, right? Like efficiency, good work ethic, doing things in a timely manner, being proactive about things. Those are things that I value, and if I'm going to tell people I value them, I should embody them as well. So I'm gonna have a bit of a time to think, and after I come to a conclusion, I will tell you guys what kind of farm I build. So it is the next day in real life, and as you can see, I'm in the swamp near a witch hut, because I want to build a witch farm here. And I've got all of my little materials over in these chests over here, so that way I can make a working witch farm. As you can see, we've got all the stuff we're going to need in order to make this work. Speech isn't for another couple of days, and that means I've got plenty of time to build this. So, let's hit a time lapse. I have run the farm for roughly an hour. As you can see, it seems to be working pretty well for what it is. There's a witch on that platform. But let's actually head down and see what kinds of drops we actually got after running the farm. Yeah! This is not as good as like a creeper farm would be, but I'm not only here for the gunpowder drops. Like, look at these redstone drops. This, for an hour of doing nothing. Put this into perspective. Anytime I'm doing editing or anything like that, I can just have this running in the background, and I will be getting this much redstone per hour. This many sticks. Sugar? Sugarcane farm who? I don't know her. And all of these resources will be of very high value to me, especially the gunpowder here. As it turns out, the speeches are happening first thing in the morning tomorrow. Either way, my game plan is I'm going to AFK at this farm overnight, and then first thing in the morning, get up, prepare my speech, get all that stuff ready, and then after the speeches we can test the minigame. Because
like last time last time we were at the party, you said you weren't gonna run. Did something happen?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, something happened. All right. Yeah. In case you're wondering, B, why I'm running for office. Look to my left.
Left.
My left. On my
Your
left.
left.
Yes. I'm missing an arm.
Yeah. Okay. So what happened? Are you all right?
I'm fine, but I am definitely infuriated, and hopefully I can get onto the council because I look forward to partnering up with you to help fix the injustice of the system.
Damn, that's fucking.
Yeah, we can fix all the injustices in the system, totally.
That's
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
tough. Yeah. I'm excited to hear your speech. I hope you get on the council.
Yeah.
What about my speech?
Hopefully I do.
Everybody, and welcome. Today is an important day in the history, or the future history of this server. These speeches are incredibly important in determining who you will vote for and support during the elections of the council, and who you want to see on our council to make a change in your community and the community around. And I'm so bad at speeches, hang on. The first up will be B, who will be reading speeches of an absentee candidate. So B, welcome on up to the stage.
Right, I'm gonna be reading SR's speech. SR couldn't make it, but is running. This one's pretty quick, so it shouldn't be too long, but the speech says, "With me in charge, it will be a less restrictive government. There will be minimal regulations and laws. Free food for everyone. Distribute money. Everyone who votes me will receive a little gift. Abolish the government. That is my speech, thank you."
Alright, so now that we have heard from one candidate, it's time to hear from a candidate. So next up is going to be Jester of Garbage Gorge. So come on up, Jester,
Woo,
and give
go
us
Jester!
convince
Alright.
us to vote.
I look upon the one who stands before you as dirty or barbaric to give such a speech of dignity in tattered clothes and armor and armed to the teeth with weapons. But I stand before you today in this state as I am because I fear for my life. As you look to my left, you will notice that my arm is missing. Stolen, in fact, by a scavenger who I thought my friend. If we look into current news and politics, you will find that my friends have been kidnapped by our so-called authority figures, innocent people being harmed by a corrupt system, one in which the people are voiceless victims of the tyranny of the leadership. Both inside and outside of major industrial centers, violence is rampant and used unfairly to solve problems. The strong take what they want and the weak lose what they had. Something must change, or we will be the ones to suffer for the flaws of the system. I am an outsider here, and I know it is not my place to fix the morals of other civilizations based on my own beliefs, but I stand before you today because my friends are in prison. They are dying. Honest, innocent people, such as many of you, have no say in what happens with the leadership. But I believe the People's Union, it should be up to the people, not the 1%. B may no longer be a threat because, as we are aware, they are working to better themselves and prevent problems from the past from, well, repeating. But the system that allowed such behavior still stands. I look forward to my partnership with B to try and make power more accessible for the people so you guys can be the master of your own destiny. As for what I actually hope to accomplish as a council member, I wish to boost efficiency and morale by increasing public infrastructure through nether tunnels, proper roadways, and as for morale, I have been working on a minigame district so people may spend their recreational time there building and playing minigames. I wish to as well build a hoglin farm, that way we can supply pork chops to the server and everybody can have a good food source, and if anybody else has any ideas that they would wish for public infrastructure, throw a note away in the garbage and it'll come to me, you know, I'll collect it and I will see it. So, I humbly ask that those who may agree with me to come forth and help establish the People's Union of New Gearton. I mean, working title still. But, you know, to build a world where people have a say. Not an arbitrary power system or a maniac on a power trip, but you, the common people, have the power. Thank you very much.
Everybody give it up for Jester and her lovely speech.
That was incredible.
Thank you very much.
All of you may not recognize me or my nation, which is part of the reason why I'm running for council. Not only am I representing Snowy Haven, but I'm also representing those whose voices have been drowned out by the more popular majority. I want to ensure that everybody's seen and their voices will be heard. I've heard a lot of negative things regarding the current legal system. When I'm on the council, I swear to all of you that under my leadership will be an end to all unjust legal actions and any unfair executions. The Amethyst SMP. So, I hope to have your vote in the upcoming election. Once again, my name is Koiki. Thank you for having me.
Alright, so the last candidate giving an in-person speech today is 40th, 20th, and 69th. So come on up.
Oh, hello. I'm happy to be here. Talking, I think my wife and my son are watching. Hello back there. Anyways, I want to be happy here. So I think I should have a role in the big council that they're appointing, yes. So my plan for the council is to appoint, the first thing, a government appointed tea time every hour. Oh, tea time. That reminds me of a time back in my childhood. Almost every hour at 4 p.m. we would have a tea party with our friends. Oh, tea time. I remember the best stories. Have tea and crumpets. Oh, what a nice time it was. Good memories. Oh, good memories indeed. That reminds me of another good memory. When me and my friend Maurice were over at the pond. Why do we feed the ducks? And I said, oh, just because they're hungry. Can we not do something nice with the ducks? I mean, the ducks are very nice to us. They never attack us. Unlike those mean old geese over there. They don't like us at all. More people can have cookies with their tea. Oh, that reminds me. We had this big old bakery back when I was a child. Yes, they had the hugest chocolate chip cookies you've ever seen. They went so well with the tea. Yes, they were so nice. Oh, hello, young chap. Anyways, they had the best tea and cookies around. I don't remember what else I was going to say. So I'm just going to sit down now.
Everybody give it up for our candidate, 40th, 20th, and 69th.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that thoroughly.
What? I'm awake.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah.
For your time and your participation, you are hereby officially dismissed.
Said they'd give out gifts to people who vote for them.
Gifts, cough, cough, if you vote for SR.
That sounds like bribery. Is that allowed?
It's not bribery, it's a gift giving.
Look, I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't take orders from a guy who only wears one sock. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Like, I used to only
I
wear.
don't wear any socks, but
Yeah.
at least I'm consistent.
I mean, I used to not wear any
wear
socks,
socks.
but now I'm wearing socks, as you can see.
How
so
do
you can
I-
trust me.
And wear two socks.
Very
No,
trustworthy.
you don't. You have one sock on.
Yeah, you have
No,
one
I
sock.
wear two. This one's just pulled up. The other one is not.
Why?
Because it may have gotten cut.
Why did it get cut?
So you don't buy new ones? Socks
I
aren't
don't really
expensive.
explain.
So what you're saying is you wear the same socks every day because that one got caught?
Yeah.
What, you got trench foot or something? You got foot fungus?
God.
All of my socks are one short one and one tall one.
Like,
How do I spell your name in English?
Jester.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
With all that aside, for the people who are here who are running for council, what days will you guys be free next week? Because there are debates that are going to be happening.
I'm free all of next week. I think that speech went amazingly, and as you can see, our farm has been producing, and it's been producing well. Look at all of these resources that we've gotten from the farm, as well as this mysterious potion of healing. I've never seen a potion like this before, which means once I scan it, I'll get to know more about it. I'm going to save that for later, because right now, I need to grab all this gunpowder. Now I need roughly 10 stacks of gunpowder, and I'm gonna go find a desert to desecrate. Anyway, thank you guys ever so much for watching. Leave a like on the video if you did enjoy, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this, and that'll be it for this one. Bowdy!